Hello. Hi everybody, it's me again, Nancy Finch, on a Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So I'm just adjusting something there again. I hope you're with me. I hope some of you remember to come on. It's a very blustery day again in Cornwall. The sun is kind of trying to shine, but we've got a bit of rain as well. So it's a very interesting day. There's lots of cleansing going on, and you know, it feels lovely just to be here. I love Mondays. Mondays are my favourite day. So if anyone's on here already, say hi. I think I'm recording it as well anyway, so I can always send you a separate recording. So I want to know, first of all, if anyone's here, did you manage to do last week? Oh, hi, Anne. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Annie. I sent a little reminder on Facebook earlier, hoping that you would remember, or perhaps set some time away for this, you know. It's really important that we focus on ourselves. And this particular exercise, hi, Irene, happy birthday for yesterday. I thought it was the day before. It's like I've got a whole bunch of friends on here that I like to remember their birthdays. Hi, Ellen. It's lovely to see you, darling. I'm glad. I had a funny feeling you'd be on today. This is a really nice exercise today that we're going to be doing. A really nice Nan talk that I use a lot. I use all mine. Hello, darling. Basically, all the exercises I create are from the book I'm writing, The Choice is Mine. And this is all about empowering yourself with practical exercises that you can do for mind, body, emotions, for all of it. So today is all about Dear Body, okay? And you're going to relate to this quite a lot, actually, because I use it when I want to fix my body, my mind, my emotions, because we are body, a whole body, our minds, body and emotions, you know, are all one. So we have to really deal with that collectively. But last week we had Over the Cliff, and that would give you detachment. That would be really good for certain areas of your body. So did anyone manage to do that? Because a lot of people came back to me and said that it was great, but sometimes they didn't want to have a person back. Oh, Annie says the dream came true and has been allocated to the allotment. Oh, brilliant. Well done. Hi, Andy. So, yeah, if anyone managed to do Over the Cliff last week, you don't have to say return with love. So go back to that one and watch that. You can just say, I detach. I release you with love. You don't have to say come back with love or not at all. So just to go over that again, if you go to watch and listen to last week's, you don't actually have to have that person back in your life if you don't want them. So that's something to think about or consider or play with, okay? So today, as I say, is Dear Body. Most people think of their body as their mind, as their body, not their mind and their emotions. But, you know, if you've got something of an ache and pain or an imbalance, you would like to sort this out. You have to learn how to trust your body to fix it, or in lots of ways to just attract the solution into your consciousness. And so I made this up a long time ago because, you know, it could be used for things like headaches and insomnia and immune system. I really made it up for the immune system because a long time ago when we had the norovirus going on a few years back, this is really when I made this up or used it. And what happened with that is my whole family got the virus, and at different stages, they were lasting for about a week or so, being very ill. And I was looking after different members of my family. And all the way through that, I was in close proximity with them. And I thought, right, I'm going to boost my own immune system and boost my life force energy. Now, your immune system is in here, this area here, and your life force energy is there. So all I had to do was to be mindful of those two areas, keeping me well, so that my intention was that I would not ever suffer the norovirus, which was quite horrible to everybody in the family. Were really suffering. And as you probably would guess, it was highly contagious. So there was me looking after everybody. And I thought, okay, I'm going to communicate with my own body and I'm going to instruct it. So I said the sentence, my body and I are best friends and we work well together, focusing on the well. You can always write this down, by the way. It's really good for you. So my body and I are best friends and we work well together. And then you have to, hi Katie, and then you have to instruct what you want your body to do. Because now you've set a nice premise of being friends with your body. You see, if you're not friends with your body isn't going to work well for you. You're going to be an enemy to it. You're going to have battles with it. I don't like this illness. I don't like that imbalance. And you have to learn to override that with a nice team feeling with your body. You have to believe that you're best friends with your body. Otherwise, it just won't work for you, and you need it to work for you. So you set that intention with that first sentence, and then you go, dear body, like you're kind of writing a letter. I want you to, and whatever the details are, I want you to remove this, I want you to give me that, whatever it is that you need. So I did this. I want you to, dear body, I want you to boost my immune system and boost my life force energy. And I want it really powerful so that I could be in amongst lots of sick people and I'll never get it, never have the norovirus. So I did this every single day. So I could set a very strong intention to my subconscious, which, as you know, is massive. And basically, if I could instruct it, my body was going to boost my own immune system. Somehow it would find a way to do that. And by instruction, intention, that's what I did. So every day I told my body, I didn't ask it, I told it I want it boosted. And that means that it's going to fill up and be really strong. And my life force energy would be great so that I could be completely okay in amongst all these sick people. So I did that every day, and every day I felt great. Every day, and I was really, as I say, I was very close to these people, so I should really have got it, but no. And on the very last day of the week, I remember thinking, oh, everyone's better now. And I forgot to do it. And that night, I woke up at 2:00 in the morning, not feeling very well at all, and had to visit the bathroom. And I thought, okay, I forgot to do my intention. I forgot to tell my body what I wanted it to do. So I wondered if it's too late to do it now in amongst that illness. Because I thought I would be disabled by that illness for a few days, you know. But no, I decided to do it again. I said, dear body, I want you to, after doing the first bit, I want you to remove all symptoms of this. And I want to go to sleep and have a really good sleep and wake up and have a fantastic meal. And I want to be better straight away, within 2 hours. And sure enough, I set that intention and everything calmed down. I went to sleep and I woke up and had a big meal and I felt amazing. And in fact, I only had the virus for a couple of hours, which was pretty cool and very good evidence. You know, the evidence is there when you set your intention. And you can play with this in any area of your life. I've used it for things like headaches, blood pressure, cholesterol, immune system, life force energy, as you know, and tiredness. If you wake up one day and you're tired and you think, oh, I really could do with some more energy, then you could use it for that straight away. And you'd be surprised how quickly it works, you know. I've even used it for weight when I wanted to lose weight. And I thought, I want to lose about 1.5 stone in weight. I know I'm going to instruct my body. So, of course, my body and I are best friends. I'm not going to reject my body. And we work well together. And then, dear body, I want you to take my weight down to whatever figure I wanted to do at the time. And you instruct it, okay? And then you say, thank you very much. And you say, thank you very much. It's almost like the job is already done. You know, you expect it to be done. So thank you very much. It's good to be grateful as well to your body, because you've got to have that gratitude. You've got to have the instruction, the details, and the gratitude. You've got to say thank you. And so you're appreciating your own body. And once you start to see the effect, you'll definitely start to trust your own body. You'll trust your own mind to create that wellness. I've done it, as I say, for lots of different things, even painful backs it works on. And it works on your mind. It works on your memory. I remember once I was driving somewhere, I think, I can't remember this person's name. It's really bugging me. I'm sure we've all had that. And so I did a Dear Body for that, wondering if it was going to help me to open that drawer, if you like, and to remember in my mind what that person's name was. Because, of course, it's all in there. But the body can release hormones to relax you, and by the law of attraction, you'll just have whatever it is you're instructing. So I said to my mind, my body, mind, I said, I would like to remember that person's name within 5 minutes. Thank you very much. So that's what I instructed as I was driving down the road. And sure enough, looking out the window, just driving down the road, suddenly this name just popped into my head. Without effort, without trying, my brain had released that information, okay? And so I could easily use it for when I needed to learn something, or when I went to college and when I was doing teaching and stuff. I thought, I'm just going to use it for that so that I can learn, because I'm very dyslexic and sometimes learning is hard when you're dyslexic. So I used it for that. So to set it an intention that I could understand what I was supposed to be doing with that course. And it worked beautifully. But it also works on things like, that was memory, that was mind. Okay, so you can learn better with it, you can set that intention, but you can also do it for emotions. And I've written a little list here, but there's loads and loads of things that you could use it for. I'm sure you can come up with a few towards the end of this session. But depression, I don't suffer depression, but I know a lot of people that do, and it would be lovely if they could just set the intention in their mind for them to kind of digest that intention at a deeper level on their subconscious. So, people that are sad, or people that have got apathy, we all have those feelings sometimes. Inspiration, clarity, stress and worry, that's a big one. So if you want more confidence, even if you wanted any emotion, or you want to release something that's not serving you, you could use the Dear Body. Some of the other things I've made up, like Sword It Sunshine and previous things I've done on my Nan Talks, they can do the same job. But the idea is you choose something that suits you, something that really resonates with you. So the Dear Body is a very practical thing, because you're instructing your body, your mind. When you instruct your body to fix or to heal or to lose weight or to get rid of that headache, you're instructing your own hormones to find their way to release what's necessary to make that happen. And so, for instance, going back to the weight, if you can follow me on this one, you could try and eat whatever you like, but if you've already instructed your body to be a certain weight easily without dieting, that's what I do anyway, your mind already remembers that. So it's going to release a hormone that stops you from being hungry at certain times or eating too much. And I found that really worked. I just didn't want it. I play Coldplay, Fix It, when I have to go to the meeting. That's cool. I really like that. So you're setting yourself an intention, Irene. That's really good. And using music is great. That's going to be one of the things I talk about perhaps at some other time. But it's really good to set an intention and use that energy. Okay, it's a playful thing to do this. If you want to go through a whole list of things that you're not happy with in your life, wonder whether you could put the Dear Body to it. So if you want to be inspired, Irene uses music to do that. But if you want to be inspired and you don't know where that's going to come from, you could just say that my body and I are best friends and we work well together. Dear Body, I want you to inspire me. I want you to make me feel more energy, more life, more fizz. And I want that, now don't forget the detail, I want that in 10 minutes, or look at the clock and decide when you need that. Okay, that's very important, this bit, because if you don't set the intention with a time, then it's kind of loose, it's too loose. You'll not have enough evidence to show you it works. So set the intention for what you want to do for that time, and then you thank your body as if it's already happened. And as I say, by the law of attraction, it'll either, oh, hi, Del. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That's really nice of you to say that. Basically, if you don't set the intention, then you can't give your mind the chance to manifest the result you want, or by the law of attraction, to bring it into your consciousness. And my lovely daughter's just said hello on here, but it's really funny. I was going to bring another story into this, where she decided to do a beauty treatment on me for a facial thing. And I didn't know, I was very allergic to this thing that she used. And my face went bright red and swelled up. It was like absolutely huge. This was a couple of years ago. And I remember thinking, oh, I must get something for it. So we tried all the usual things like antihistamines, etc., etc. And 2 or 3 days went by and nothing changed. It was so funny. Yes, you can laugh. You remember this one. So I was still really big and all really blotchy. I looked like I'd been burned. And I found it very funny, actually, because I don't take myself too seriously with that stuff. But it was funny. And I thought, I'm going to use a Dear Body. Yes. So I just did the whole sentence. The first bit has to be said before. Otherwise, you're not setting the intention you're friends. You can't just tell it what to do without being friends with it. Okay? You've got to have a relationship with your body. So I did the whole thing, and then I said, dear body, I want you to reduce all the swelling right back to normal and clear skin, so no redness. And I want all that within 10 minutes. Okay, it could have been any time at all, but I just chose 10 minutes. Thank you very much. And the thank you very much is an expectant that it's going to be happening. It's going to happen. So I basically, within 10 minutes, I went to the cupboard, and there was something that I had been overlooking for days. It was a certain cream that I never even thought to use. And it was just there. And I thought, why didn't I think of that before? So I just put some of that on, and within 5 minutes of that, it really did just all go away. And you might think, well, that's just the cream, okay? And I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. But by the law of attraction, if you set that intention, your body, your mind work together, will just be led to the right solution. Either your body will produce something it needs to correct something. It can produce painkillers. It can produce antihistamines itself. It can do it all itself. But also, by the law of attraction, you will probably find that the answer will come to you if you don't trust your body enough. It will basically come to you one way or the other. Either your mind will produce it and help to release that condition, or by the law of attraction, it will just come into your consciousness in that time frame that you've ordered. That's what's so funny about it, is when you set the intention, it's very powerful. It's very powerful because you've got the time in your head. You're looking at the clock thinking, well, I'd like that, and I want it to happen then. And you don't have to be too disciplined to do this. You have to be playful. All my things are playful. And if you could just pretend that you're a team with your body and you like your body and your body is your friend, then you can control your body's conditions. If you only play with this, and the more evidence you get back from it, the more you're going to trust it to work for you, which is something I do. I do, definitely. So if, for instance, when I go out, then, this is pretty obvious, actually. I didn't even write this down. It's just so obvious. But when you go out, if you want to keep your immune system strong, so you're not worried about the coronavirus and the present conditions and all the other things that are going on in the world, I'm not going to say that this definitely will work for you, but it can't hurt you. And it can certainly, by the law of attraction and your intention, help you. So for instance, going back to that, when you go out and you're thinking, am I safe? Am I okay? I can still get this or this. And it's a logical fact. All you have to do to make it a little bit easier for your mind to relax and not worry. I mean, because when you worry, it's all bad for your body anyway. It takes down your life force energy when you worry. So just in case you're worried about it, just do the body. So my body and I are best friends and we work well together. Dear body, I want you to boost my immune system, boost my main life force energy, which is the one I've just shown you there, which is going to help to fix your body really quickly, by the way. Anti-inflammatory, that one. And you're going to say that before you go out. Boost my immune system, boost my life force energy. I want that done within a certain time before you go out. Thank you very much. So what you're doing is you're protecting yourself with an intention. And that certainly can't help. It can't hurt. It can only help you. So you can think of different ways you can use this. If you find that you're stressed one day and you think that stress is upsetting you and it's causing you a headache, or your body's tense, or you've got a backache, or your spine is aching, then all you have to do is go to the Dear Body exercise. Set the intention. You're drawing a line through it. You're saying, no, I'm not having that anymore. I'm having this. I'm trusting my body to work for me. I'm trusting it to do the job it needs to do. It has to do it by your intention, okay? Because sometimes we rely upon pills, we rely upon other things to fix this. But if we could just set that intention, we're using our own body. It releases things that it needs to do to fix. So has anyone got anything that they would like to say, well, I've got this, I've got that. Will it work for this or that? Because I'd like some more examples. I mean, I've got, mind, body, clarity, you name it. You need anything. That's just something I've written a few bits on a list, but there's so many things. What conditions have you got that you would like to use Dear Body for? Now, some people would think, but what happens if it doesn't work? If I use it on, say, my back hurts. I'll use it on that, but what happens if it doesn't work? Well, it can't hurt you to try, okay? When you're Most people aren't friends with their body, and they get used to it all the way through their life of not really trusting it, because they're getting older, or this bit hurts, or this bit doesn't work, or, you know, they expect to have imbalances. But if you could just think, okay, I'm just going to simply set the intention and override what I know could happen and has happened before. Because we get caught in a bit of a loop, really, when we think we've always had that bad back, I've always had that, I've always had this or this. It's not really, you're in more control than you realise, okay? And all you have to do is set that intention. Just to playfully go over the condition. Think about just going over it. Just think, okay, I'm going to go here, instead of the reality that you're experiencing or have experienced for many years. So just because you have had this or that for so many years or whatever, doesn't mean you're stuck with it. Because I used to have really bad sciatica. That's just another thing that I never thought to mention, but really bad. I always had something wrong with me when I was younger. I had a lot of emotions that I hadn't dealt with. And of course, the emotion, as we know, affects your body. So as you clean up these emotions, you help your body to clean up. You help your body to work properly. All those energy systems work properly. And then you find that the condition you used to have isn't there. So I used to have really bad sciatica. And I really couldn't couldn't walk upstairs. It was just really, really bad. Couldn't drive. And I did the Dear Body on that. And Dear Body, I want you to remove the pain, the imbalance, the inflammation. I want that all gone, completely gone. And I want that done in a certain time. I can't remember I think I had to give myself half hour or an hour or something. It was very short time. It wasn't like a few days. It wasn't, I was going to give it a week and see what happens, or take a painkiller. I don't like taking those very much. So I did the Dear Body instead. It's a very good alternative. I'm not telling you to do that, but that's what I did. You can always work with that as well if you have to take painkillers and do this exercise. There's nothing wrong with that. So I did this exercise and I gave it a time frame, and thank you very much. Mustn't forget the thank you very much bit, okay? Because it's like it's already happened. You've experienced satisfaction and expectation. So I did that, and I honestly have never had sciatica since. I don't have it at all. And that was years ago. I just don't suffer it. Because you see, when you're doing that, you feel safe. You feel like you can trust your body. And when you feel safe and you feel in control, then certain areas of your body increase in energy. This one here, you feel safe. This one here is going to boost. Natural anti-inflammatory for your whole body when this one's working. When you feel in control, this one here works. That's your spine. That's your adrenal levels. That's your tree of nerves. This is a really nice one to feel confident in your life. And then you've got trust here. Trust is here, all around here. Now, a lot of people get sinus problems and headaches because they don't trust themselves enough. And this one shuts or that one shuts. And I wonder why. It's always emotions. I have to work on those all the time. So basically, when we're doing the Dear Body, we're giving ourselves a lot of trust when we realise, oh, that sinus condition's gone. You know, you've perhaps worked on that. Or the very fact that you trust the exercise to work in other areas will have that effect as well. So in effect, the whole body has got a tonic from you working on Dear Body in any area of your body, or your mind, or your emotions. So has anyone I know some people here that are listening have got things like their arms are hurting, or their hands are hurting, or they've got rheumatoid arthritis, or they've got something any inflammatory condition. Any inflammatory condition. Have a think about that. Does anything hurt in your body? Is there anything that you would like to change? Now, even if you've had it for a long time, doesn't matter. Even if you're physically disabled, you might find that you want Dear Body to make you the best you can be, to give you more energy, to take away that ache and pain, to give you more flexibility. You might want to clear your lymph so that you don't feel so stiff. You might want your joints to be more loose. You might want to just be happy, emotionally happy. It can release the hormones that do that will make you happy. You know, dopamine and, oxytocin and all the rest of them, if you want to use that Dear Body exercise. I've even worked on other people doing this. There was a friend I worked on, because I'm a therapist as well, as you know, and I used this exercise for this person who had a very bad inflammatory condition. And by the time I placed my hands on him, and I basically set the intention that he was best friends with his body and that they work well together. Now, I set the intention that that person was going to be better from this condition, and it was quite a serious condition. And I set the time frame, and the person, when I finished the treatment with them, cried with happiness because all the pain had gone from that condition. And I mean, obviously not going to go into detail with that, but it was a very nice example of how you can set an intention for someone else as well. It doesn't always work. You've got to do it on yourself first before you can see how quickly that intention works. But that person has never had that condition again since. Now, I'm not saying it's going to work on everybody. Oh, yes. Okay, lymph. Okay. Oh, wonderful. This is great, Irene. So if I may just say that she has lymphedema. Yes. Okay. So think about that condition. Think about what it holds you back with. Think about the side of it that isn't good for you, okay? The side that's making you feel unhappy. Think of that and then think, what can I do? What would be the opposite of that? So if you think of the condition and the things that hold you back, what would be the best of it? You know, suddenly this is better and I don't suffer that as much. Things that you normally take tablets for, you know, things that you might take a drug for to help you with a condition, you can still take that, but set the mind-body exercise to work as well, because it can really help you to a stronger intention. So you're using your mind, your body, the law of attraction to help that condition. So if you want to, Irene, you can always contact me on a you can always contact me privately on a message and list the things that are wrong, that you don't like, if you can't think of them yourself, and I will help you to think of the opposite of that or the best of that you can possibly have. Okay? And I can help you with that mind, body, and emotions. Okay, so I can help you with that. Hi, John. Oh, very interesting. Yeah. So if you've got, the next time you get a headache or the next time you have any pain in your body, you know, I have someone I taught this to who used to have, he never had a headache, and suddenly he had a whole load of headaches because of stress. And I taught him how to do this. And he just set the intention. He got rid of that headache within 5 minutes and it didn't come back. And he didn't realise it had gone. That's really interesting, because you don't notice when pain is gone. You just suddenly think, oh, that's not there anymore, or I suddenly feel better. That's all you have to do, is set the intention, let it go. But then because we haven't got anything to draw us back to that condition, we think, oh yeah, it's gone now. It's funny, I used to have that. So has anyone else got anything they'd like to ask me for advice on how to do the Dear Body with, and you don't want to say it on here, or you can always do it on a message. I have tinnitus. Now that's a difficult one. I know I've had tinnitus at times too. Good. Okay, so think of what it is that tinnitus is. Okay, it's an inflammatory thing in the ear. You know, you can see it. You can look it up online if you want to. Think of the opposite of that. Think of what the solution would be to that. And list it if you want to. You can always write it down. So you're listing it, you're writing it down, you're thinking, okay, I want that, that, and that. So you have to be, it's like having a shopping list. And you want a shopping list. You don't just go out, well, some people just go out shopping. But if you have a shopping list, you've got an idea of what you want. It's written down. So what would you like to have with that condition? The best of it, even if you've had it for years. And just think, okay, I want that, that, and that. Right, say the whole thing. My body and I are best friends and we work well together. The well bit is really important. Dear body, I want you to remove this, take that away, give me that. That kind of formula. So you're releasing something that doesn't serve you. Release all that pain, release the inflammation. I want that instead. Okay? Peace and quiet in my own head would be lovely. Oh, bless you, Trina. Okay, so peace. That's a really nice one. So you say it with me, Trina. My body and I are best friends and we work well together. Dear body, I want you to give me a lasting and deep sense of peace. I want to relax inside myself. I want peace to be mine right now. And I want it in 5 minutes. We'll give it 5 minutes, shall we? So, dear body, I want you to give me a deep and lasting sense of peace within 5 minutes. Thank you very much. That's what you say. And then you've set the intention. And because of thank you very much is a closure on it. And you not keep thinking about it. Otherwise, you keep thinking about it, you're just going to reinforce it. And that's not good. We don't want that. It's something we learn to do, but we must stop. So think of different things that you'd like to use it for. It could be big things in your life. You know, it could be some big condition you've had for a long time, you know, major thing. It could be something that's just a headache or something that you just don't want to feel, okay? And emotions, I'd be interested to see if some of you came back to me with how you've got on with some of the emotional stuff as well as the physical stuff. The physical thing quite often is the thing you'll get the feedback from, and you'll get the reward of seeing pretty quickly. Okay, so you'll have that as evidence. But with your mind and emotions, I'd like to see how you get on with that, because the Dear Body will release hormones that help you with those. And I think that would be lovely if you could play with that. So write it down, put it on a post-it note somewhere. My body and I are best friends and we work well together. Dear Body, I want you to, details, in that time frame that you choose. Thank you very much. And that's all there is to it. It's very simple. And once you get used to it, you might remember it. You might not need to go to look at something you've written down. But it will help you next time you feel stressed or worried or pain in your body or some inflammation. This is something that can be repeated if it doesn't work first time. Absolutely, Trina, yes. Set the intention you're going to do it. Pretend you're me. Just use my confidence. And set the intention. Tell yourself, once you start to have a relationship with your body and you're saying that you're best friends, it has a stronger chance to work. So the more you say that sentence, the more it's going to work or could work, okay? I've seen a lot of evidence to say it does. So I would, if I was you, even without having an instruction for your body, I would make that something that you just say as an affirmation several times a day. If you want to start that, just by making sure that you are friends with your body, to set that premise in your subconscious, all you have to do is, my body and I are best friends and we work well together. Write it down. Then when you want to change something in your body, you say that and what the instruction is. Dear body, I want you to. I know I've repeated this several times, but it's very important that you get the words right. I know it works in that way. So, dear body, I want you to, details, time frame, thank you, gratitude. So I would be very interested, Trina, if you could come back to me and tell me how that works for you. Saying the mantra, the affirmation, we can make it into a moving mantra if you like, if you watched my previous talk on that. My body and I are best friends and we work well together. It's a really good thing to tell your subconscious and let your subconscious digest it. It might be the first time you've ever been friends with your body, that you haven't criticized it, that you haven't battled with it or been unhappy with it. Because you can't make your body work for you if it's unhappy. You have to say, we're friends. You know, it's a mixed emotions. Why? Yeah, you could have mixed. I don't quite get what you mean by that, John, but you might think, do I trust my body? Do I trust myself to instruct my body? It has to start somewhere. If you could just do that affirmation, my body and I are best friends and we work well together, and then any condition, any emotion, then you could just use it for that, to correct, to have the opposite of. And suddenly you're in control of your body. You feel everything's in order and you'll feel much better about it. And you'll see the evidence physically. And then emotionally, someone might say to you, you know, you seem different today. You seem much more whatever it is you've instructed your body to feel. It could be organisation. It could be anything. It could be discipline. Dear body, I'd like to be more disciplined, or I'd like to see evidence of being productive, or anything. As long as you know, think about what you don't want and get rid of that. Ask your dear body to do that and replace it with something you do want. And once you start doing it, perhaps do it for little bits and pieces like headaches and smaller conditions, maybe aches and pains somewhere. Then once you start believing in that, the whole thing is easier to do, okay? And you feel like you've got a tool that you can use whenever you need to fix yourself. So I think that's great. That's it for today. Don't forget, you can rewind this, listen. It's very important that you write those those things out. You know, the sentence, the pre-sentence, and then what you want to do, the instruction. And then you've got something you can use when you want to. And please come back and tell me about it, because it's going to be great to collect a few more feedback, ideas, how you want to use that. Next week, we have a really nice one. It's called The One I Love Is. The One I Love Is. It's all about relationships. And if you're in a relationship or you want to be in a relationship, The One I Love Is a very strong intention, a mindful order, a list, if you like, of things that you are then going to attune yourself to. And I can explain more about that as a practical exercise. So get pen and paper handy for next week if you want. It's very nice. People that have used it, the next exercise for next week, The One I Love Is, have come back with major, beautiful results. And there was a lady I saw just a couple of days ago, and she came back with, it really worked. And it was just so inspiring to see people do this and see a result and see her absolutely glowing with happiness. It can change a relationship for the better, and it can change you so you end up with a good relationship. So The One I Love Is for next week, next Monday at 1 o'clock. If you want to listen to any of my previous talks or my meditations, then go to www.nancyfinch.co.uk. And it would be lovely to have your comments about any previous talks I've done as well. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm slightly over the 30 minutes. Oh, thanks, John. Love you too. My lovely cousin. So enjoy your homework and happy Monday. And I hope you have a lovely, safe and enjoyable week. Thank you, Irene. I'd love for you to play with the exercise and come back, because I'm loving your support and your involvement. So please share this. Don't forget to share this. I am available for, if you want to talk to me on a private message and you didn't quite get something I said, I can always help you with that. So it's a namaste moment. Lots of love to all of you. Oh, thank you, Trina. So nice to have you here. Thanks, Ellen. And just think, if there's anything, aches and pains, please just try it. It can't hurt. And then come back to me. And of course, it's validation. Oh, thank you, Susan. You're going to love this one. You really will, because you can use it for mind, body. It's really great. It works together because your body is one. Anyway, I'll see you next week. Have lots of fun. Lots of love to you all. Take care. Bye.